I want to buy real estate, I want to buy land, but I don't want to be scammed. This has been a major concern for many persons who has the money or who intends to invest in real estate, knowing fully well that real estate is a major way to build your wealth, to sustain your wealth, and to grow your wealth. All right, so I want to buy real estate, I don't want to be scammed. What do I do? It is actually very, 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 very easy to invest in real estate and have 100% assurance of not being scammed. So these are key things that are going to save you and to ensure that you won't be scammed. The first thing is investigate the land documents. Investigate the land documents. You know, the document of a property is as important as the land itself. Knowing fully well that land is a tangible asset. It doesn't perish. It doesn't perish with use. So you have to investigate the land document. Does it have the right title? Does it have C of O? Does it have a registered survey? Does it have a deed? Then does the person selling the property has the power to sell? In the sense that the name in the property, in the document, does the seller, is it the same name as the seller? Does it have power to sell? Because some persons will say, oh, I'm selling this property. It belongs to my brother. My brother is in Abuja. You cannot reach him. He just has to sell it for him. And you now went to buy in the name of my friend. At the end, you start crying, had I know. So you have to investigate properly the document of the property and ensure that it has the right details. Also, investigate the property itself to see that it is not under acquisition, to see that it is not government land. That's not by under acquisition. Many persons are quick to say government is wicked, they are destroying people's houses, they are doing this and that. Many of those destruction that you see today is because people are ignorant of what is called acquisition. Of course, you know that according to Land Use Act, that all lands belongs to the government, right? But there are some lands that have been exited already that individuals have the right to own. But why there are some lands that have been marked out for special use, just like if you're in the city of Ibadan and you know about the ongoing circular road, lands that are being used for the circular road has been mapped out for years, and people thought that, oh, it's government, they will not come for it, they are just joking, nothing will happen. But many of the buildings on those circular roads are being destroyed today, and people are crying against the government. But this is something that has been determined for years, that if the people that bought that land only did their due diligence, they wouldn't have lost their money. So you don't want to be scammed, you want to buy land, ensure you investigate the property to see that it's not under acquisition. Ensure you investigate the title of the property, and also ensure you investigate the individual or the company selling the property. I usually tell persons that it is actually very easy to know who is genuine. Imagine buying from a company like Modesty Real Estate. You go to their social handles, you get our social handles, you see what people are saying about it. They didn't log the comment section and they've been existing for years. You see if there is a negative review, you see what people are actually saying about it. Because in this online era, you cannot actually be a scammer for long and not have negative comment and views from persons. I'm not talking about people that out of misunderstanding or not reading company policy, maybe something happened with the company, they just make a random comment. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about consistent allegations and comment against the company. That is a good turn off not to buy from the company. So you have to investigate. This is an online world. Does the company have an online presence? What is people's view and opinion about them? Then do they have an office location? Do they have customers or clients that have satisfied before? Those are key things that you look at. What if it's a new company? Then you investigate the directors or the CEO of the company. Even if the company is new, the CEO is not new. They must have a track record. You must have where the person is coming from, because that's how to build trust. It is when you do all of this, you notice you actually be able to buy land and landed properties and not be scammed. You can have 100% assurance that your investment is secured. And finally, you need to learn to use an expert. We cannot overemphasize this. You know, people think that because it's land, they can just buy land from anybody. It's just land now. Just look for a lawyer or look for paper, just sign paper, and that's it. Before you know, you didn't do your due diligence, you didn't do investigation, you just think and just buy land. When you want to buy a car, you use a mechanic, right? When you're sick, you visit a pharmacist. You don't just take drugs because everything is malaria in Nigeria. No. When you want to get certain results, you use an expert. The same thing when you want to buy land, you use an expert. That extra 10%, 5%, you're going to pay an expert, or sometimes you are not even paying any extra, like a company like Modesty Real Estate, where you get to buy at the exact price without any extra payment. Then you notice it will save you a lot. Using an expert will cover up for checking the land document, will cover up for checking the history of the seller or the company involved, because the right expert will do the due diligence before offering the property to you. And this is why you should do business with Modesty Real Estate, where we have a group of professionals that have done due diligence on certain properties that are suitable for our clients. So we don't just sell what we don't buy, we only sell what we can buy. That means as an adage in the company, if it's not good enough for us, it's not good enough for investors, because we are your true investors ally. So reach us today to invest. Don't forget, you can actually invest rightly without being scammed. Fear not. Take the right step. Instead of keeping that money, invest today and reap massive return. Thank you.